Earth 2, number 11, written by James Robinson, art by Nicholas Scott. So last issue, the pair of Khalid and Jay went into the Tower of Fate to get the helmet because Wotan wanted them to. This issue goes back to ancient Egypt and has Wotan fighting against Nabu, like the original Nabu. Wotan, by the way, a woman sorcerer who I think might have been like Scandinavian or something. And Nabu's like, you can't beat me, look what I can do. And he brings the whole Sphinx to life to fight against her. And it turns out this is just Wotan telling the story to Jay Garrick's mom. And it's just like, yeah, nah, I made myself immortal as best I could in my limited power, but it turns out it didn't keep me from dying. It just made it so that every time I'm reborn, I have memories of my old life and the ability to still do magic. So I'm like, able to kind of technically immortal. And she's like, okay, so what happened? And he's like, oh, well, I fought, it didn't work. He beat me. And then in order to make me he knew that I was immortal in my weird way. So he made it so that every time we met up, I would look weird. He gave me green skin. And she's like, that's weird. And he's like, I know, right? It's made my life hell. I've been born with green skin like several dozen times. And she's like, okay, well, anyway, you sent my son in there to get the helmet of Naboo. What happens if he can't do it? And he's like, oh, well, I'm going to kill you. I'm also evil. So then we see inside the tower, Jay's outrunning the great beast with Khalid holding on, and they just escape. Like, there's no fight. There's barely even 3 panels dedicated to it. They just escape the great beast. And Jay's like, okay, here's the thing. I'm just doing my best here. I really am not that skilled with these powers yet, but I gotta be a hero. So I'll go and figure out what to do with the great beast. You are the only one who can track down Naboo's helmet, so go do that. And he's like, wow, you really inspired me, Jay. Bye. And just goes on his own way. And Khalid starts talking to the helmet. Like the helmet says, oh, I can sense you here. I knew you'd be back. I knew you couldn't resist my power. And he's like, that's not what's going on at all. But yeah, I do need to find you. So can you tell me where you are? And he's like, just follow your senses. So then we see Jay is still wandering around the tower. He comes across the great beast before it manages to find him. And he's like, okay, should I follow it and then engage if it gets too close to Khalid? Or should I hang back and attack it now so that way it doesn't get to him? And he's like, I think I should attack it now because I can't risk him finding Khalid before he can do it. And somehow he manages to tip off the beast. It gets the upper hand on him, and Jay is caught inside of its grip. Then we just stop everything, and we cut over to Durain, which is the country where Steppenwolf is, and he's talking to his daughter, Fury, I think, and saying, hey, I need you to go do something for me. We found someone. He's on this earth. He's been hiding for a while, and we need you to go get him. And Fury's like, I kind of want to be here. And she's like, suck it up. You're going to go find him. And he's like, fair enough. Where am I going? And he says, you're going to America. You're going to what's left of Gotham after we laid siege to it. And you're going to go get Mr. Miracle and Big Barda. And then we just don't deal with that anymore. So then we go back into the Tower of Fate, and the helmet's talking to saying, find me. You know how you can find me. He's like, I am literally in a maze right now. Can you please just present yourself to me? And he's like, nope, you really got to want it. That's an actual quote. You really have to want it. And he says oh, I knew you were here. You need the power because I could solve those mysteries that are in your life. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, and I really don't care. But what about what happened to your guardian, Mr. Kent Nelson? And he's like, I don't care about solving that. He died, so what? And he's like, fair enough. I'm right here. And then the helmet just shows up in front of Khalid. And he's like, oh, you will be my vessel for my power. And in return, he's like, yeah, I'll go crazy. I know what's up. And he's like, no, it's not crazy. It's prophecy and it's omens and stuff. It's a good thing. You just got to learn to hone it. And if you wear the helmet for long enough, 20, 30 years, you're not going to hear my voice anymore. You're going to have full control over it, and it'll be your power. But, you will be fate. And he's like, I'm a doctor of archaeology. If I'm going to be anything, I'm going to be Dr. Fate. I've earned my degree. And the helmet's like, okay, the name doesn't really matter. Just put on the helmet. And Khalid's like, fair enough. So he puts on the helmet. Jay's, barely managing to be a thing. He's like, oh, by the way, what made you change your mind? He's like, oh, Jay told me I could be a hero. That was it. He inspired me. So he puts on the helmet and he becomes Fate. As Jay is on the ropes with the Great Beast, Khalid shows up and is like, thank you. You've shown me the true path of being a hero, and now I will use my magic to help save people. And he has the full Dr. Fate outfit on. He's like, now let's go save your mama. And that's it. That's the issue. Okay, so I am so bored of Wotan just talking. For the love of God, just do something, anything. Throw a punch. Make some tea. Do anything. It's just him talking about, like, here's why I've been wronged, and here's my history, and here's my power, and here's why I'm doing this. It's like, dude, not only are you not talking to any of the heroes, you're talking to one of the heroes' moms, but you're just talking. Just do something, anything. I don't care what. Make like a cooler prison for the mom. Just do anything. But instead, if you're able to just have conversations with your prisoners, you're not doing enough to prove to me that you're a villain. Maybe that's a long-term goal, but it's just bothering me every time Wotan shows up with how boring of a villain it is. As for inside the tower stuff, it's fine. I don't feel like Jay really inspired anything. He's just like, I'm just doing my best. And Kelly's like, wow. Yeah, all right, inspiring, sure. As for Dr. Fate itself, I like that. Dr. Fate looks cool as hell. I think they did a decent job of elaborating, like, what the helmet's powers actually are in terms of, magic, but also prophecy, which makes sense for Fate. So, yeah, I'm into that. And then the weird little Mr. Miracle thing. Like, they're new gods. Steppenwolf is a new god. I get it. But, they better explain this a little bit better as to why Mr. Miracle is in the ruins of Gotham. Because I need more than that. I need a little bit more than just, he was just around. He's just chilling with his girlfriend. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that's plenty. Thank you. So yeah, overall, it's a meh issue, which kind of sucks because it feels like it should have been the big climax of we finally have Dr. Fate. And while that is the coolest point in the issue, I don't think it's enough to really save the issue as a whole. So overall, I'm going to give this one a 6 sounds too low. 6.5 sounds too high, but I will give it the 6.5. It's just, I don't know what I'm hoping for, but like this whole arc is just, the purpose of it seems to be building up to Dr. Fate. And now that we actually have him, I felt like it wasn't building up anything at all the whole time. It just was kind of a, whatever, we'll get to it when we get to it sort of thing. It feels more like an in-betweener story than it is a major plot piece in building up this team that they are clearly trying to do. So, yeah, 6.5.